Good evening, guys. How is everyone doing tonight? I really hope that everyone is doing absolutely well as they always are. And yeah, overall having a great time. So I received a message from my friend, and it's to you guys from her, and I was asked if I could read it to all of you guys. So without any further ado, I present to you my friend's message.
Hello world, I hope all is well. If you are watching this, it's Morris's friend. So I have seen a few of the discussion videos Morris has made, and I can completely understand that these things can happen. So I asked him to make a video for me to tell you guys that not only is he not wrong, but I also want to discuss some things with you guys as well. So I know he said back in the past, he said lots of bad habits that were in him, like I can't, it's hard to explain because, but other than that, he had lots of bad habits, and he worked on them for a little bit, and him and I now think it's quite funny. But the thing is, as he might have mentioned in one of his videos, online school is way more challenging than regular school. So the reason Morris and I think online is really, really bad is because not only are you going to be on a computer all day and it's hard to pay attention, but the teachers and the other students were the real problem for us. You see, Morris was accused of ghosting somebody once, and yet he wasn't actually ghosting somebody. That person accusing him just didn't know what ghosting actually means. So what ghosting actually means is you're ignoring your girlfriend. And that has nothing to do with what Morris actually was doing. Him and I were just spending lots of our time together doing private calls and helping each other get our assignments done and muting the actual class call. And that girl that accused him of that also went to my school, and she was so loud. But it doesn't stop there. There was also yet another girl who was really, really annoying and would act like a 5-year-old and be so loud. I mean, Morris and I tried to be her friend, but she was just so annoying. Once before I actually started online school, I hit her in the nose, and the next thing that happened was her nose was bleeding, and she even cried like a 5-year-old. And Morris also told me she used to love to try to fool him and tell him she's a boy. I mean, it was gross to hear that, but him and I can't control how other people act. But it still doesn't stop there. Once during a lesson when the teacher was gone for like a minute, I was accused of something that I can't repeat here on YouTube or even say what it means. But then Morris decided to stand up for me and yell at the other students who accused me of that. But after that, I just got all upset and left the call just before I started crying because that was just a terrible thing to accuse somebody of. But then him and I decided to just spend most of our time together until we eventually were made an exception to go back to normal school because of the deadline that was on, I don't know how to say this, but a deadline was even a thing for school. But we were able to come back. Sorry, guys. And now, as far as I'm aware, once Morris was asked by some small brain if Morris could give him a sip of his drink. Now, if I'm being honest, that doesn't surprise me because those types of boys are what Morris and I call dudes, because they are just weird people. And once him and his friend were asked if they could let some people try their bikes just because of all the things he put on his, but he also told me sometime around now his enemies somehow found his channel and started trying to date him, and it was really gross. Now, I didn't see it all at all Morris just told me about it. Now, if I had permission to, I would tell you something that also happened to one of his other friends, but I don't know them at all. So I'm going to just say some teachers are just really mean, just to like they might go really hard on one of their students, or just punish them, or send them to send them in detention, or go to the principal's office for literally no reason. So my response to that is some teachers just shouldn't even be teachers, because some of them don't understand that they can get in trouble for that one day, and their job could depend on it. Well, that's all from me. But just before I bring you guys back to Morris, I just want to give you guys a disclaimer. If you want to switch schools one day, regardless of it being online or a normal school or whatever, be careful with what you decide on doing, because it could either be what you think it is, or it could end up being a terrible decision, because you might get mistreated in some ways. Like what happened to me in Morris and online school was just the worst decision me and Morris have ever decided to make when it dedicated to school. But other than that, sorry if this was depressing for you, but I hope this was understandable. Thanks so much for your time. Sincerely, Morris's friend.
Okay, so as my friend said, I'm so sorry that if that felt very depressing for you guys, or just depressing, I'm so sorry for that. But we just felt like this had to be done. After some of the times where there's been a lot of issues with some of my friends get mistreated in my school, me and my friend just felt like this had to be uploaded. Now, you guys don't have to do this, but me and my friend would like to know if this ever happened to you. And, it is what it is. I mean, I know from the last times where, I know from once or another, I know there's lots of teachers out there that don't know how to actually be a teacher, that don't know, the students, for those of you guys that get very mistreated, I'm so sorry that was how you were treated. But let me tell you guys something. If you're one of those people that really often get bullied or something, then, or just sometimes feel bad about yourself, then what's up? Here, you're good to come on my channel. I won't do anything to you. I won't hurt you. Don't worry. I'm not a bad thing. You can even ask my friend and that's the person who sent me this message to you guys. You can even ask her if I'm wrong. I won't hurt you. Don't worry about that. But, yeah, other than that, I just hope that was completely understanding to you guys. And, yeah. So now, before I let you guys go, I have a couple videos coming up. I got a few suggestions from my other friend. My top 10 favorite trucks and, cars. I'm not sure which cars specifically, like sports cars, but he can probably comment or something. But as I said, you don't have to comment or something. But yeah, just before you guys go, as my friend says, be careful with what decision you make when it comes to school, because it could either be like luxury or like whatever you might think, or it could just be completely terrible, like where you get mistreated. But other than that, I hope all of you guys have a really good night, and we'll see you guys next time. I'll talk to you guys later. I'm Morris Carlson.